Discipline and order are two fundamental characteristics of Kenneth Martin. He credits his early education at the St. Joseph's Roman Catholic School and the St. Kitts Grammar School for molding him into the man he is proud to be today.
Hi, Mr. Martin. Good afternoon.
Welcome,
how are you?
Welcome, my dear.
My first question for you is, where did you go to primary school?
I went to St. Joseph's ASFI School. That's a Roman Catholic school. No layperson taught me.
No layperson taught you?
All sisters, all nuns from Belgium.
Wow.
You know? And they were very good teachers. Very stern. Very stern. I stayed there a little while. I skipped from 6th. I went from 5th to 7th. And had 2 7th-standard certificates. You're going to leave school now? What you going to do? Job market was not there for my type. You know, you had to come out to the grammar school or the convent school to get diploma jobs. So I said, well, look, I am going to go to the sugar factory to learn how to boil sugar, you know. But one day, I saw a scholarship being advertised in the papers. I applied, and the next thing I knew is that my mother was all over the place looking for me after 2 weeks because I had won a scholarship to the grammar school.
Wow.
Yeah?
That must have been an accomplishment, eh?
When you hit the grammar school, that's it.
The grammar school was started in the 1800s
That's right.
to cater to the children of the planter
That's
class.
right. Indeed, now you have it.
So that their children could be educated on the island and keep the family together.
The family thing together.
The children in particular, the boys.
The boys, yes, because most of them went up there and after they finished, never came back.
How did you feel as somebody, and I'm making an assumption here, you could correct me, how did you feel as somebody coming from the working class, entering an institution that was for the planter class? How did you feel as a boy?
No prejudice came my side at all. Because you consider me as being one of the poor ones who could not pay a fee of $16.80 per term.
Wow, $16.80
per term, books free. But the boys who you made friends with, they know your condition and they help you and so on. Because many of them to evolve to the planter class, you know, went up the road and so on.
Once you entered the grammar school, you had an opportunity to up your class.
You are assured of a job.
You were assured of a job.
Either in the civil service or in one of the firms like TDC, what was then Thurston's and Horsford and so on.
So the grammar school was like the St. Kitts Harvard.
That's correct. You're absolutely correct. And we're very proud of it too, especially you had your blazer and your crest, you know. You know, yes.
Do you remember what the mantra, the motto?
Oh, yes.
What was it?
The motto is principles, not men.
Also, the grammar school, the Bastia High School came out of the grammar school.
Yes, but they should have changed that. They should have changed that and left alone for the grammar school as a heritage thing.
Okay. So, do you have any insights about the girls' school? So grammar school, you attended with 90 boys. How about the girls' school?
The girls' school, I think, had about a similar number. My wife went to the girls' school, Miss Pickard School.
Miss Pickard
School?
Yes,
that is a high school, girls' high school. That too came into the Bastia school system and merged, you know? Grammar school and the Bastia.
Miss Pickard School. So, grammar school for the boys, Miss Pickard School for the girls. Yes. When you brought them together, you put boys and girls together.
Correct.
You got the Bastia High School.
High School, that's correct.
And an introduction of comprehensive education.
That's correct.
Whereby we stopped the mitigation, we mitigated, excluding people from opportunities and education.
Give everybody a chance. Because some of us, as I said, could not go into the grammar school or the girls' high school, even after me. And when you merge those two schools, they had a chance at similar education.
The grammar school was a sort of a gatekeeping institution for social mobility or not social mobility. And so our forefathers changed it so that we could have more access to education.
Indeed, indeed.
Fitzroy-Bryant was one of the pioneers for the comprehensive school
that's
system.
Correct. That's it.
And you knew him?
Oh yes, came to school with me.
So he went to the grammar school.
That's right. A very bright boy.
I heard he was.
Always in trouble. And I say, here's arguing, no? A point. And he just jump in like he earned the name Bug.
Oh, because he was always bugging.
That's correct.
He was
But he was a nice fellow. Scholar.
Okay. A scholar.
History,
I heard that.
History scholar.
After you had such a distinguished experience as a brother from the grammar school.
Built up from the Catholic school. Had the foundation.
Yes.
Let that be heard, eh?
A proper St.
Let that be heard.
Joseph. Proper St. Joseph Catholic education.
That's correct. From Montessori right up to 7th standard.
From Montessori right up to 7th.
With a lunch.
With a lunch?
Yes. Those of us who couldn't afford to buy a lunch signed up for lunch.
Okay. School meals.
And then the rice was sappy sometimes because...
Roman school sappy rice.
That's correct.
I remember that.
Remember that?
Yes, when we used to go to school, we used to say Roman school sappy rice.
It was good.
Eat the dumpling and left.
The chief cook was a lady called Mrs. Hughes.
Okay.
From Dominica. Because 60 of us went sign up for lunch, or 40. And then 10 more turn up. Because some people, they're not eating lunch, 10 additional fellows. How you don't stretch that?
Did you have rice and stuff or just rice?
Rice and plenty meat.
Okay.
Stews.
Ooh.
Yeah, two big cauldrons, man. The fuel we used was we used wood. And also the dung from the cattle. The manure from the cattle, dried. Carried the heat. We had to, Alborgia had to go to Pond's pasture to pick it up, a stockpile it in the yard. Yeah. But I'm glad you heard about Miss Hughes' Happy Rice.
Yes, I heard about Miss Hughes' Happy Rice.
Meet the Johnson family, living a good life. How are they able to afford all this? By switching their mortgage to National. And you too can take advantage of this great offer. Yes, National Bank's Switch Mortgage will make your dreams a reality with the lowest interest rates guaranteed. You will have more disposable income than ever before. Imagine the possibilities. National Bank Switch Mortgage makes all the difference. Come home to National Bank and get your Switch Mortgage today.
Limited time offer. Terms and conditions apply.
National Home Loans. Get your dream home. All could be yours. Walk through the door. Come take what you need. Get you the keys. All could be yours. What you deserve. National Home Loans. Get your dream home. Get your dream home. Get your dream home. National Home Loans. Get your dream home.
National Home Loans. Home ownership made easy. When you're with National, you're home.
Kenneth Martin started his career as a teacher before transitioning to the agricultural sector after 2 years of teaching. He worked in this capacity in stkittsnevis before relocating to Anguilla.
After such a prestigious experience, after such a cultured education, what did you do for work?
When I left the grammar school in what is called a teacher's scholarship, I was expected to teach for 3 years in one of the primary schools.
This is the poor children or all children?
All children.
Okay.
Into a primary school. Once you're a scholarship boy, teacher's scholarship.
Oh, once you're a scholarship boy.
On a teacher's scholarship.
So you went on a teacher's
That's
scholarship.
correct, because I had other scholarships.
Okay.
You see? And they sent me to the Irish Town Primary School. After a year, I couldn't take it. Because of what I thought of the cruelty and the punishments. You know, a big fat leather, big son. You know. So one day, I took my life into my hands. Arrogant, you know, because I ain't got nothing to look back for. I went down to the administrator's office on a Saturday morning. It was still open Saturdays. I knew a gentleman there named Mr. Lloyd Matheson because my grandfather worked on his house. See, and I'm going to trade off that. Came out, he listened to me. He looked at me and he went back inside. I only telephoned the superintendent of agriculture. And the honey said, yes, we have a vacancy. Oh my God. But it is Nevis. But it is in Nevis. I said, Mr. Madison, I am going to Nevis. Finish with this.
So you taught for a year?
Yeah, 2 years, sorry. 2 years.
So you taught for 2 years. You were supposed to teach for 3 years.
Yes.
You honored the scholarship for 2 years,
That's
and
right.
then you went into agriculture.
That's right.
Were you considered a teacher in the civil service?
No.
Okay.
A different salary scale altogether now.
So you were a pupil teacher?
No.
Okay.
Because you went to the grammar school and you got your certificates, you're graded differently. But still your salary was below. It's the junior clerk in the civil service. Teachers were never absorbed into the civil service like that. Teaching profession was different. Teaching profession, the best of education, did not get as much big
We
salary.
still don't.
Right. Nonsense.
How was working in Nevis? Did you actually go to Nevis?
Yes, I went to Nevis with one chair, a little table, 2 spoons, 2 forks, 2 knives, 2 plates, right?
You carried your chair to Nevis?
That's right. Sent to this place called Hamilton, 1 mile from the nearest, in Charlestown. That was hard to adjust, you know. No cars, no roads rough. I had to learn how to ride a horse, because the horse would take it to different farms of the farms, you know. But after a while, man, I grew to love it, change of mind and sort of life. You see how people lived. You find in the vision the independence.
How long did you work in Nevis for?
I went to Nevis in 1952. I worked there up to 1960, I think. Was transferred
For
to
8 years.
Yeah. I was transferred to stkitts. And I was so sorry. I asked them if they could not fill the position in Nevis. Said no. He said, you have to come back home. You know. I worked in Anguilla.
Because you were saying it's Nevis and Anguilla.
That's correct. I worked in Anguilla. Different country altogether. Different country altogether.
What was their agriculture like?
Not a corn, mainly corn. But they stored that corn very scientifically in the pigeon peas. They captured the rainy season. They used every inch of soil, boy. It's never the rain for the come. McDonald's Avenue. I was supposed to do Anguilla. I didn't want to go. One day I was summoned to Mr. Bradshaw's office. You heard about Bradshaw?
I heard about him. Tell me.
He was then the Minister of Agriculture. It was called Trade and Production. I said, Lord, I wonder what I do now. What I do now?
What you do now?
17. Good morning, sir. I said, good morning, boy. Sit down. Thank you, sir. How? This is your file here, and I notice you've been doing very well. You did very well in the college and so on, and you did very well as an officer. I am going to send you to Anguilla. I got up on my feet. I said, I ain't going nowhere. I am Mr. Bradshaw.
Mr. Bradshaw?
I am not into Anguilla, Mr. Bradshaw. That's punishment. He watched me in place and said, boy, sit down. Not a word came, no. I became a member of silence. A member of silence.
I'm going to use that. I became a member.
Member of silence. But I went to Anguilla. Then Anguilla had no electricity, no paved road, nothing at all. After the first night in Anguilla, if I could swim back to sink, I done so. Are you with me? I said, why put myself in? You know, why put myself in? But after that, you can just settle down. You got to love Anguilla.
You got to love Anguilla.
Are you getting a share of the profits from your bank? Kimberly is. Every year, First Federal returns a share of its profits to members like Kimberly. Nice, right? As a credit union, our members are the owners. They own the place. Kimberly reaps rewards every year because she purchased permanent shares and is well on her way to creating wealth. So, what are you waiting for? Be like Kimberly. Get your share of the profits. The more you purchase, the more you earn. At First Federal, we say yes to creating wealth.
Caring for you comes naturally. It's a role I cherish deeply. That's why we put you first.
When I walk through the doors of First Federal, I carry with me a heart of commitment. That is why we put you first.
The patience that I have learned from work-life balance benefits my daily interactions because every member matters to us.
Hi, can I have a minute of your time?
Yes, we are here for you.
Okay.
Remember, we listen to your needs. My dedication to your needs is our #1 priority.
We are leaders.
We are nurturers.
We put you first.
Kenneth Martin has made an indelible mark on the agricultural sectors in St. Nevis, and Anguilla. Likewise, he has done the same within his family unit. He is the husband of Dorothy Martin and father of 3 children who have contributed greatly to the development of our dear nation.
What happened after Anguilla?
Anguilla, I went back to, or returned back to Nevis and spent about 2 years there. And then they gave me a post back to St. Kitts as food production officer, visiting all the sugar estates to help them plan the agricultural program. After the food production, I was all back into the general sphere of agriculture at the office, you know, until I promotion until I reached the post of director of agriculture.
So in all of this work, how did you meet your wife?
Oh, that's very interesting. She always laughed, you know. I think we met at, I don't even know how we met, at some play. And she was very well, you know, she was very well. And we got talking.
She was a dramatist?
Yes, yes. And I went to Nevis, I'm in Nevis and she in St. Kitts, so we corresponding a letter a day.
A letter a day?
A letter a day, you know, until I came back down. We got married and so on. And
how did you know she was the one?
Well, when speaking with her, because we had comparable education across the line, you know, and you see that she was a good girl. You with me? She knew what she wanted. She wanted to further her education. She's a primary school teacher, and she wanted a degree. So, progressive woman.
And how long have you guys been married?
Oh, Lord, I must say 63.
63 years. Wow, that's amazing.
Yes.
And the children? Tell me about the children.
Patrick, you know Patrick, Dr. Martin.
Dr. Martin.
Julie.
Julie Martin.
And Chris.
And Chris Martin.
Chris.
So you are well versed. You are a man that comes from an integrated heritage, a Caribbean heritage that is very strong. And you have children like yourself who have contributed to the development of St. Kitts and Nevis in meaningful ways. I know Julie has been a teacher of French for many years. She taught my French teacher.
Oh, yeah?
Yes, and we would have had to take some lessons with Miss Martin, Mademoiselle Martin, from time to time. So she has made a sterling contribution to education and language development, modern language development.
Thank you on her behalf.
I can see where she gets her distinction from.
Thank you, ma'am.
But we have some photos here, and I would like for you to tell me about them.
This is Dorothy, my wife.
This is your wife?
Yes, Dorothy Hodge Rollins Martin, born in Anguilla.
She's a beautiful woman. So she was a lifetime educator?
Exactly. Never did another job.
What subject did she teach?
She taught English and something else. Julie, nice, well, my lovely daughter Julie, my only daughter, my lovely daughter too.
Your belle.
Yes.
This is the young Dr. Martin.
Yes.
Did he ever teach?
He taught for a little bit of the Boston High School, taught chemistry and something.
So he was a science teacher.
Before he went up to Howard University to do his medicine, you know. This is Chris.
And so this son is a businessman.
A businessman, yes.
So you have a doctor, a teacher, and a businessman.
Yes. Chris went to Halifax.
It's in Canada.
That's St. Mary's.
This is Brimstone Hill.
Yes, a lovely photograph of Brimstone there. Yes, lovely. You know, Brimstone Hill is very dear to my heart. I got in there by, I don't know why. I was leaving a certain meeting one night when the president said, Ken, I want to see you at Mr. Madison Hospital. Can you come to see me tomorrow? I said, yes. Sat down and said, Ken, you ever heard of Brimstone Hill? I said, never been there. Never been there. I said, well, I want you to help the society to act honorary secretary. I said, why? He said, the secretary himself wants to have some leave. Mr. Edmund Morton down there, and Edmund said, ask me. Edmund taken 6 months. He ain't come back yet, you know.
He ain't come back yet.
6 months after the shed. He brought the boy, said, boy, can carry on. I heard you doing well, carry on. And look, that was enriching. It brought me in touch with my history, Caribbean history, world history, European history. Met some fine people, you know, heads of state, kings and queens and so on.
Do you have any regrets?
No.
No regrets?
I should have gone in sooner. Don't forget the Frigate Bay Development Corporation. I was asked to serve on the first board of directors. Up to now, I don't know why. Up to now, I don't know why.
So you were one of the first board of directors for the Frigate Bay Corporation.
Yep, we planned it as it is. We planned it. When the first hotel came there, I was still on the board. We couldn't get the land sold as house lots. Could not get the land sold at $2.30 a square foot.
You could not get the land in
Bay
Frigate Bay to sell.
Everybody said, too much satin for you, you must get down and kill out you. You know? we had to go on a blitz. You know, we had to retain land for the local people. Overseas people, applications by the 100. Put them on hold. Put them on hold.
So it was intentional that so many locals...
That's right. We will get in some Commonwealth people and US people. Well recommended, but this is for local people.
You would have lived an amazing life.
Thank
you
God.
would have contributed immensely in so many areas of stkittsnevis. What is one thing you would tell young people? What's one message you would leave with young people?
Look after your family, look after yourself, respect your elders, and so on. Cherish what you have. Cherish what you have. So please, agricultural development. Market full up with food, local food. Young people have gone into agriculture. There's a life to be made. Not easy. Stick to it.